こんにちは。aps アカデミー講師の上村紅巴です。毎日音読をすることで英語は上達していますでしょうか？では今日の文章を読んでいきましょう。High-tech trash. In the United States, it is estimated that more than 70% of discarded computers and well over 80% of TVs eventually end up in landfills. This occurs despite a growing number of state laws that prohibit dumping of e-waste, which may leak lead, mercury, cadmium, and other toxics into the ground. Meanwhile, a huge volume of unused electronic equipment sits in storage. About 180 million TVs, desktop PCs, and other components. Even if this out-of-date equipment remains in attics and basements indefinitely, never reaches a landfill, there are still problems. In addition to toxics, e-waste contains good amounts of silver, gold, and other valuable metals that are highly efficient conductors of electricity. In theory, recycling gold from old computer motherboards is far more efficient and less environmentally destructive than ripping it from the earth, often by destroying rainforests. Currently, less than 20% of e-waste entering the solid waste stream is channeled through companies that advertise themselves as recyclers, though the number is likely to rise as states like California crack down on landfill dumping. Yet recycling, under the current system, can actually be very harmful. Dropping off your old computers and cell telephones at a recycling company or at municipal collection points does not guarantee that they will be safely disposed of. Some recyclers process the material and minimize pollution and health risk, but many ship it to the developing world, where environmental enforcement is weak. The European Union, EU, requires manufacturers to handle safe disposal. Recently, a new EU directive encourages green design of electronics, setting limits for allowable levels of lead, mercury, and other substances. Another directive requires manufacturers to set up infrastructure to collect e-waste and ensure responsible recycling, a strategy called Take Back. In spite of these safeguards, untold tons of e-waste still slip out of European ports on their way to the developing world. Asia is the center of much of the world's high-tech manufacturing, and many devices are returned here when they are broken or out of date. China, in particular, is the world's electronics graveyard. With explosive growth in its manufacturing sector fueling demand, China's ports recycle every sort: steel, aluminum, plastic, and even paper. By the mid-1980s, electronic waste began freely pouring into China as well, carrying the lucrative promise of the precious metals from the circuit boards. どうだったでしょうか？毎日音読を続けていってください。ではまた次回をお楽しみに。